Dr. Clifford Chukwemeka Iroanya will be joining me from Dallas at this time. So let's listen to him. You're on air, sir, from Dallas. You had the two speakers who spoke concerning Biafra agitation, and I have more people, but I just want you to weigh in. Please share your insights on what you think about what they said.
Yes, thank you very much, Mazi Emma Ike Agu, and thank you for having me. My name is Dr. Clifford Chukwemeka Iroanya. I am a Biafran. I speak Igbo language. Igbo is my language, but I am a Biafran. And I come from a community called Aro Ndionyemobi. Aro Ndionyemobi is in Oguta local government area in Biafra land. And I am the coordinator of 4 coordinators of the indigenous people of Biafra. We're not a group. The indigenous people of Biafra worldwide. And I am resident in Houston, and the indigenous people of Biafra is led by Martin Nnamdi Kanu, who at this moment is illegally detained by retired Major General Muhammad Buhari's agent, who himself committed treason on the 31st of December 1983. That is FACT. Fact. Nobody can challenge me on that. On the 31st of December 1983, Muhammad Buhari committed treason by overthrowing a democratically elected government of Ali Usman Shehu Shagari. That is an incontrovertible fact. Thank you.
Okay. What part on what they said do you disagree with? The fact that the last man, AGK, who happened to be a very prominent person here in New York, he made it clear that the name Igbo should remain unchanged, and that those of the Igbos who inherited that name cannot change it overnight. Do you disagree with what he said, and why?
Totally disagree. I'm surprised that AGK, who was born 1954, according to him, could make such a statement. Igbo is a language, and let me also correct one mistake you made, Mazi Imago, when you were speaking with the earlier discussant. That's Professor Anya. You went ahead and you said that, why do we say that Igbos should change to Biafra, that Biafra that started in 1967? Those were your statements. I wrote them down. That is absolutely not correct. Now, I have with me, and I'm going to email, I have your email address. I'm going to send you the email. I'm going to send you an email with map of Africa. In 14 something, in 18 something, you take a look at it and look at where you have the present Cameroon and part of Nigeria. You will see Biafra written there. It wasn't written by me. These are cartographers. These are people who drew this map in the 17th century. So for you to say that Biafra that just started in 1967, that is not correct.
Yeah, but they
Secondly, when the Eastern Consultative Assembly met in early part of May or sometime in May in 1967, they came together and they said, what name are we going to give our new nation? And it was Chief Frank Opigo, the principal of Africa Grammar School at that time, that said, we have always been known as Biafra. Our name is Biafra. Chief Frank Opigo is an Okekama, is an Ichoma. He's from the Ijo-speaking area of Biafra land. Why I'm saying this is that You are interchanging Biafra and Igbo. That is very, very wrong. I will take this up with you anytime, any day.
Okay.
Igbo is not Biafra.
Okay.
Igbo is a language spoken by a group of people living within Biafra land.
Okay, before the advent, before that word Biafra came to be, what were the Igbos called, or what were the people from that area of
what you asked me is before 1914. What were we called? We were called Biafrans. The fact of the matter is that we were Biafran. That is why when you go to the map of 18-something, 17-something, which I'm going to email you anyway, and I would like you to put it on your website, you have Biafra written clearly there. And let me tell you something else. There is a document, a treaty, an agreement reached between Her Royal Majesty, the Queen of England, and the chiefs of Ishekiri and Biafra. This our agreement was reached in the 17th century. So the Igbo is not Biafra. Igbo is just a language spoken by a few people that live within the nation of Biafra. So because whenever I've been listening to you when you were speaking with Professor Anya and AGK, I think everyone also is the last name.
Yeah.
You keep interchanging the word Igbo and Biafra. Igbo is only a language, one of the languages spoken in Biafra land. There are several other languages, and Biafra is not a country. I want to make that very clear to your listeners. Biafra is not a country. Biafra is a nation. There is a clear distinction between a nation and a country. Let me give you an example. The United Kingdom or the Great Britain is a country made up of different nations. And they agree to stay together. Now, Israel is a nation of its own. So, to say that we should not throw away, and let me finish with it before I come to that point. Now, Nigeria is a country of three nations. You have the Arewa nation, you have the Duduwa nation, and then you have the Biafra nation. So, the point is this. Biafra has been in existence even before Britain was formed. We were Biafra. That's why when you look at that map that I'm going to send you, you will see Biafra clearly stated. There used to be a place called Bight of Biafra, which Nigerian government, in collusion with Britain, changed it to Bight of Bonny. So, Biafra is not Igbo. Igbo is a language spoken by only a few sections of Biafra.
Okay, let me come in. Let me come in there.
I want to try that in very, very well. So
but let me ask you. But because some of us born during the Civil War, what we were told, and those of us, even from the historian angle, we were taught that Igbo, that is 35 million people from the southeastern part of Nigeria, are known as Igbo. And they said the word Igbo, it was pronounced Igbo because the Europeans had difficulty pronouncing GB. Everyone that went to school from that, from the primary school level to any level, that was what we were taught. So are you not telling me, because we all live to learn? I think you understand. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So are you not telling me that what we were taught during the school, during the primary school days, you're telling me that those things were not correct or were not accurate?
It is not a question of being accurate or a question of being correct. It's a question of how you speak or how you arrange your words. These people can be called the Igbo-speaking people of Biafra. The Igbo-speaking people of Biafra. It's just like the Arewa. Arewa is not a language. But within Arewa nation, you have the Hausa, you have the Fulani. By the way, I'm sure you know this very well. Hausa is different from Fulani.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Fulani, you have the Biram, you have the Beriberi, you have the Nupe, you have the Gwari. These are languages, and so people are attached to the language. But language is not a people. A people is a nation. It is not a language. So Igbo is a language spoken by the people of Biafra, by certain areas of Biafra. And so we have the Ijaws, we have the Anang, the Desi, the Doma, the Gala, the Robos, the Sokos, the Shakiris, the Hopeless. So like all around, these are Biafran people.
Okay, so if the people from that area,
do not pigeonhole Biafra into Igbo. Never ever pigeonhole Biafra into Igbo.
okay, if those people, if what, okay, I think we're heading somewhere here, and everyone listening around the world, you are listening to Dr. Clifford Iroanya. He is the COC. I was even surprised that the last time you spoke, many people actually told me they heard you loud and clear, and now people are listening out there, and you are telling everyone, both the non-Igbos, that everyone from the southeastern part of Nigeria are called Biafrans. And I'm saying, from my own understanding and from what I was taught, that through the years, I've been told that I am an Igbo man, and I speak Igbo as a language. And you are there telling me that the language I speak, is Igbo, but that I'm a Biafran. That's what you want me to accept?
I'm not asking you to accept it. I'll rather ask you, who was the last head of state of Biafra?
Ojukwu, of course.
That is not correct.
Who else? Who was that?
The last head of state of Biafra is the man called General Philip Effiong.
Oh, the person Ojukwu handed over to.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
As he handed him over as the head of state. He was the last head of state of Biafra. His name is General Philip Effiong.
Mm-hmm.
He does not come from the Igbo speaking. I have to emphasize that word. He does not come from the Igbo speaking area of Biafra land. But are you telling me that he is not a Biafran and now to become the head of state, the leader of the Biafran people? That is not correct.
You're suggesting that the Igbo brothers out there with business interests should come back to Igbo land? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that we need political freedom before, first, as a precondition before you even talk about any investment. Where we will make decisions ourselves. I'm talking about Biafra now, because I keep maintaining Biafra, not Igbo. We need political freedom. We need sovereignty. We need our own nation where we can make our own decisions, make our own laws, make our own constitution. I'm sure you are aware that the constitution of Nigeria, it says, we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. And you know very well that there was no day, you and I, or our people at home, I was at home then, so I haven't come to the US then, there was no day that any document was passed around for people to review. But it's telling us, we, the people of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So that's a matter for another debate. What I'm trying to say is that we need to have our own sovereign nation. our own political freedom, our sovereignty, before you talk about industrialization or investment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point I'm trying to make. So trying to say that, look, we don't need to explore this Biafra agitation. What we need is let people come home, or rather let people invest. Let them reinvest or begin to bring their investment. Is not going to work.
Okay.
If you want me, if you don't mind, I would like to also mention a little bit of Professor Anyanwu's speech as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yes. So one of the things that Professor Anyanwu talked about is, or rather, you discussed with him concerning Biafra being an island, which I strongly disagree. But let me, just for argument's sake,
Mm-hmm.
let me even agree with you that Biafra is about the Igbo. There is a country which I know you know, and many of your listeners listening tonight know about this country. That country, the name is Lesotho.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a country in Africa called Lesotho.
Mm-hmm.
That country is still in existence, and they have not gone into oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
They still have their identity and their sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to the map of Africa and you go exactly where Lesotho is, you will find out that Lesotho is completely surrounded by South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And they are still in existence. They are not begging for food.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to kind of slot that in to, counteract that argument about being surrounded by Nigeria. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is the issue of saying investing in Igbo land. Look, Bro Emma, let me tell you this. Without political freedom, you will never have economic prosperity. You will never have economic freedom. It does not. There is no way it happens in this world.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to Igbo land to build, to invest, and you are still under the yoke of Nigeria, where they take the political decision that will affect whatever you invested in, my brother, you are just the way they say it in Igbo language. If I translate it in English, that you just finish, cracking the kernel, and you wash your hand and left it for the fowl to come out. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about.
So what about those who are accusing IPOB of being an organ of PDP?
No, we are not. You said you have been going into our. You don't see where Jonathan is called an imbecile, where he's called a nincompoop or a fool and all that.
Yeah, but there's this theory out there that as soon as PDP got out of power, PDP bribed your organization with a lot of money to destabilize Buhari's government, and that's why Buhari is fighting back.
That's a wrong perception. The real issue is that Buhari is not tactical. Buhari does not think with his brain. The people who are advising him are advising him wrongly. If DSS had detained Nnamdi Kanu and they released him and was, look, don't do this thing again, just go. First of all, there won't be any protest. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There won't be any court case.
Mm-hmm.
There won't be any killing.
Mm-hmm.
And there won't be any worldwide demonstration.
Mm-hmm.
We only do demonstration once a year. That is on the 30th of May. That's when we do our demonstration every year to remember our fallen heroes. And of course, that was the day Biafra was declared, if you remember. 30th of May 1967.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing we do. There is no other time we carry out demonstration except 30th of May. But as soon as Jonathan left and Buhari came in, the first thing he did was to send his NBC man on NTA to start announcing that they have jammed the Radio Biafra, and then people began to ask, oh, is there anything like Radio Biafra? Let me even try and find out where this thing is. People now began to listen to Radio Biafra. And then they started killing our people. People went on evangelism on the 30th of August, and the Navy shot at them and killed people. Kill people in Port Harcourt, kill people that's Iguacha, sorry. Kill people at Iguacha, which they call Port Harcourt, the real name is Iguacha, and then kill people at Aba. So Buhari was now making Biafra restoration issue very popular, unlike Jonathan, who ignored us. So it was wrong advice or wrong strategy on the part of Buhari. That the other day I was saying it that if I were Buhari, if I were, let's say now I am against that Biafra or IPOB, that I want to switch side now, I will just tell you know what, let this guy go. First of all, you will not have any demonstration. There will not be any demonstration in Biafra land and Nigeria again, because the demonstration is to free Nnamdi Kanu. You don't have any demonstration going on worldwide. All these petitions, all these press meetings, all these things will not come up. But he will not do that because he just believes in his back, in the back of Buhari's mind. He is just looking at 1967 to 1970. He thinks that everything is still the same. Or 1983, December 31 to 1985, when he was military ruler. So it's not a case of look, just like you, Emma Agu, you are unpurchasable. Nobody can purchase you. If you say it as I believe it, the same thing we are in IPOB. Nobody can buy us. We are unpurchasable. What can you give me? What? I have a house, I have a car, I have a PhD. Are you going to touch me in doctorate degree or what? You can't buy me. The same thing with, and that's why when we say Biafra or death, it's not in the sense of hate speech or what we are saying.
Hypothetically, right?
Yeah. What we meant by that is that it is either we get Biafra or there is no life again in us, because our life is all about Biafra. We cannot substitute Biafra for anything else. So we are unpurchasable. So why I'm stressing this point is just to deconstruct and dismember that theory that PDP. We blasted Jonathan to shreds.